Hey, we just got done doing a lot of stuff with the Design Build Fly team with Andrews and all the guys from Ohio State University, which was awesome. Got to chase them, and it was awesome and terrifying at the same time. If that video's out, you know why. If it's not out, you'll see why once it's actually out. But the whole purpose of this vlog in particular is I want to kind of go over my chase squad setup. Everybody does it different, I guess. But me, I'm more of a, if it works, it works. So my quads actually aren't even tuned. Don't tell nobody. I know it's terrible. I should probably do better, especially since this is kind of my job. But yeah, they're literally not tuned. I adjust the rates, and everything you've seen thus far is just exactly that. Straight out of the box, no tuning. Took it outside, put my rates on it, fly it around. If it's good enough, we go with it. So that's what we do. But what do we have? So in my bag here, let me make it so you can actually see what I'm talking about. So in my bag here, you can see here is a backup chase squad. Literally it's just a backup. It got maidened and that's it. It will only be used if I blow up the other one. I've got a nice big pile of batteries, random lens laying here from earlier, but a bunch of 4S Glacier 1550s. I use these just for powering my goggles. And then down here I carry 12 6S 1300 milliamp hour Fun Fly batteries. Now the reason I use these, honestly, they're cheap. Like the cost isn't terrible, and you know, they have my name on them because I don't want to misplace them. One cool thing I like from Brain 3D is these little caps. I've got green ones for fully charged batteries. I've got red ones, well, you can see in here kind of. I've got red ones for if they're dead, and then no cap would be, you know, storage charge. Then we've got my DJI goggles, Axie antennas on it with nice Buddy RC logos. My Tango. The reason I use my Tango is because I can fold it up and it fits in my Torval bag really nice and easy. So I do love my Radio Master, but that's at the shop for if I need anything that I use my Radio Master for. You know, if I'm on the road and I'm out here filming, I've got my Tango Pro. And in here's just a nice GoPro bag, tons of batteries, ND filters. And then when we open this up, so I did buy a toolkit from Newbie Drone. This honestly wasn't too cheap, but it works great. It has everything I need in it, and I didn't have to piece together a toolkit. This is just a battery, so you know, literally a battery for charging GoPro batteries if I need to. I've got nothing down in there, a little prop tool. So goggles go here, tools, Tango Pro fits in here. Now I do have an ISDT K2 charger. This is probably a lot bigger than most people carry in their bags, but I like it because it's AC/DC charger. And then all of the different little, I've got 2 para boards in here, power cord for the charger, different charger connections. And then one cool thing I do like about Torval is I did buy this battery bag separately. And then that battery bag with 12 6S batteries, 6 4S batteries, everything in there actually fits down inside this hole. So really cool. Everything I need's in here. Also got my line of sight warp quad in case I want to do any kind of warp quadding line of sight. And that's pretty much it. You know, the whole point of this video is chasing things, letting you see it. Now the quad, yeah, let's talk about the quad. That's exactly what we need to talk about because that's the whole point of this entire video. So one of the biggest difference I think with me versus other people is if it works, it works. There's no reason for me to go out and spend a lot of money. There's no reason for me to have a lot of other people spend a lot of money or send me fancy things. If it works, it works. If it works good enough, I'll use it to chase an airplane. And that's kind of what the quads that I use now encompass. So there's nothing too fancy. You know, we've got, actually these motors are Sunny Sky Edge Racing motors. They're not new. These are actually kind of old. They're not being made anymore. You know, they were actually in the warehouse, and they can run 6S batteries, 2207, 1800 kV motors. They just work. They were cheap. Put them on the quad. They're good enough. Got HQ, I think they're R38 props. Got these because they're a solid mix between power and efficiency. Now, one thing that is on here that is not cheap is DJI Air Unit. So not that I really use the Air Unit for, you know, what it can be used for, but the picture quality is great. It works with the goggles. It plugs directly into the stack. And what is the stack? So this is the Diatone F405 DJI flight controller with, I think, yeah, these are, so the ESC I think is the F50 ESC. It's just a stack. I'll have a link in the description for it. So motors, Sunny Sky, they're old, they work. DJI Air Unit. Then we got the Diatone Mamba F405 stack, and then the Diatone, what is this? The F5 Roma DJI frame. Again, very, very cost efficient. It's beautiful. It comes with all these little white pieces on it. GoPro mount actually came with it. And then we're using the GoPro Hero 8, just like Flite Test. Nice hot glue globules to hold my antennas in, so I don't have to worry about them falling out. Could that be better? Of course. You know, we go top of the line, everything. Is it gonna fly better? Chances are we're not gonna notice, or at least I'm not gonna notice. Been doing this a long time. I can't tell the difference between two quads for the most part, unless it's like a 3-inch versus 6-inch versus 5-inch type thing. If it flies good, it flies solid, you can fly it and capture some cool content. So one thing I do want to touch on real quick is a lot of the stuff I've done before is 4K 60 with was a hyper smooth on the Hero 8, and that's kind of what we just did with Andres. It's everything before right now has always been with a hyper smooth. I do want to test out real steady, so we're getting real steady. And now we're gonna go chase Dan's, what do you got, Commander?
E-Flite Commander.
E-Flite Commander, we're gonna go chase Dan's E-Flite Commander. I've got this set up with 2.7K, 60 frames, 4.3, what everybody says to use for real steady. So if real steady works, this footage is gonna look awesome. If I don't do it right, you're still gonna see the footage, but it's probably gonna be terrible. I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna see. Dale, you gonna hold the camera?
Yeah.
And then of course, depending on what we're chasing, might have to adjust our camera angle, depending. We're still gonna stay about like what we are now. We should be about 25, 30 degree angle. It's another thing I do like about the Diatone frame. It's hard to see here because of the sun, but on their camera plate on the side, it actually has like 10, 20, 30. It maps it out so you can tell what you are. And right now we're setting about 25, so that's cool. And then my GoPro, I don't know if I showed you, I got an ND filter on there. So all the settings in the GoPro are locked in. No variations on shutter, white balance, nothing. You set everything up, slap an ND filter on there. I like using the app so I can kind of see what it looks like. That little screen's hard to see. We're good to fly. Let's go find Dan. Another key thing, if you're doing multiple cameras like this, you gotta sync them up. So now I can sync it with that clap. And now you know while we're flying, if we're talking to the camera, it's still the same thing. All right, Daniel, good when you are.
Windy.
That was good.
Come on.
All right, you just fly and try to keep her as steady as you can. That wind is really making you go like 30 feet up and down.
Yeah, it's brutal. Coming over the lake.
The gusts are what hurt.
Trying to stay within the wood line.
Oh, you're good, man. You just fly her and I'll try to stay on you. This wind makes it a lot harder on you to try to keep it steady. You want to do an inverted pass? Is that what you're saying? Oh, you didn't even hesitate. threaten you with a good time, huh? Oh, wow. Nice.
Flip it over. Okay.
Pretty close to that tree.
Yeah, you ready?
Yep. Oh, no, you're fine.
Same thing down here, okay?
Yep.
You're gonna go up, rotate. That's close.
Nah, it was far away in my screen. That's gonna look pretty on screen though. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to, I might have to walk for my quad. I'm just gonna bring it straight in if I can. Crap, I'm gonna have to walk for it. It's the third time today, Dan. Why do I keep draining my batteries? Good job, man. You got something else you wanna fly? You wanna fly a quad? Wonder if we could fly a quad. Be cool to chase you. Let's try that. I haven't chased a quad in a while. All right, we're gonna put Dan in a quad or a hex. I don't care what he gets. We're gonna put him in something with propellers, and we're gonna see if I can chase him around a little bit like that. Kind of interested to see that. We'll see in a minute. All right, I gotta walk get my freaking drone. One thing I do want to change. So the Commander flight was 2.7, 60 frames, 4.3, no stabilization for real steady, so we can test it. Now I'm gonna switch it back to 4K 60 with hyper smooth, just so we can have that different footage to be able to compare to the Commander flight. Plus, if the Commander flight doesn't look good in real steady, we at least have this, and I know this is decent. It's what I've been flying with for years. Another key to think about while you're chasing anybody is communication. So always talk to them, let them know what you're doing, what you're planning on doing. You know, the biggest thing I always tell everybody is no abrupt maneuvers without telling me. So if I'm right on an airplane and then the guy flying the airplane decides, you know, hey, he's just gonna pin the stick and fly directly into me, obviously not cool. So a lot of communication, be beside who you're flying with, talk through each maneuver. But once you start doing it with somebody for long enough, like me and Josh, you know, for instance, it becomes second nature to where I kind of know what he's going to do. He knows where I'm at, and then we can talk through that. But for instance, Dan, when we do this one,
Yeah.
you know, nice, smooth flying, no crazy, fast, nothing. I want to get some cool establishing shots really up close to you, and then we can play with it. And this wind is insane. Do I look majestic right now? I feel like this video is just going to flop and nobody's going to watch it because this is like insane. All right.
Ready?
I'm good, man. All right, you fly, and I'm just gonna try to stay on you. That's perfect speed right there, man. What quad is this?
This is the Flywoo hexacopter. It's got 6 motors.
And then
Long range LR, basically it's a 4-inch LR.
it looks good in my view. This is actually pretty awesome. You can bring your own back if you need to, man.
No, I'm good. It was just fighting the wind, basically.
Okay, gotcha.
Not enough.
Well, this is actually really cool. So I chased like the DJI FPV, which was cool. This is the first hex I've really chased, and it looks pretty neat in my screen. I am so close to you right now.
Good.
I can read the serial number on your antenna. All right, you stay right like that for a minute. I'm gonna try to circle you.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Kind of interested to see what that looked like. Yep. You do your thing, man. Just like that. That's awesome.
That's what I like about this quad. I can do this for 30 minutes just
30 minutes.
cruising
And that's with
around.
your lithium-ion batteries?
Yeah, I got a 2500 lithium ion 4-cell.
And didn't you build that battery yourself?
We made it there in the shop. Yeah, we got
That's
a
so
spot
cool.
welder.
Now, with that said, I think Dale can make me shut up if I'm not supposed to say anything, but I think we're actually going to be coming out with our own lithium-ion battery packs, both for goggles, transmitters, as well as quads, just like this one that Dan's been testing.
Going over the lake.
So definitely keep an eye out for it. Assembled right here in Columbus.
Going over the windmill. I saw you in my goggle. Oh yeah, that was cool.
That was cool. And see, so there's the thing, guys. I film in 4K 60. I like to do all my GoPro stuff in 60 frames per second. Just because whenever I am actually making a video, I tend to do 24 frames per second. And I can slow that 60 way down and make some of these shots look extra cool. Whereas if we were just filming a straight 24 or 30, yeah, we get that cool, what you call it, the cool motion blur. But we don't really get the slow-mo effect that we can do. While it's not necessary, it does add for some kind of depth. That was cool. There's gonna be a lot of cool stuff in this video. Oh, we weren't recording. We gotta do it again.
Are you serious?
No. That would have sucked. All right, guys, so if this style of video is something you want to see more of, just us, hanging out, having fun, trying to figure out things to talk about, such as chase quads, leave a comment. Let us know. Like this video, subscribe if you're not. And otherwise, guys, Dan, you got anything to add?
No, sir, I'm good. Thanks.
When we first met, he swore he was not going to be on video. So this is awesome. He's growing, not only behind the camera, in front of the camera. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya. Good job, dude.